Lab Talk, episode, I don't know the number. I would say stop asking me, but it's my show. But I'm tired of the DMs and all that extra shit. Like, I don't know the number sometimes. Sometimes I do these like today, just randomly off the cuff. Just want to get a message and some thoughts out to you guys. And that's that. I don't really be thinking about what episode number it is. So it'll be in the title and description. That's the number it is. So I wanted to talk with you guys today because we had some unprecedented shit happen in our country today. Our beloved, or maybe not so beloved, depending on who you ask, president has been impeached for the second time. This is the first time in the country's history this has happened. I guess that kind of lets you know where Trump kind of ranks in the greatest and worst presidents list, right? Obviously, you guys know what happened. I did a previous lab talk about the whole Capitol siege and how a bunch of people that were like raw chicken color decided to storm the Capitol and break shit and hurt people and, just do a bunch of stupid shit over hurt feelings. And turns out that what I didn't know in the last lab talk that I did with y'all that I do know now is that the president incited it. I hadn't heard the speech that he gave the same day until after I recorded that lab talk. So now that I've heard it and the rest of the world and country has heard it, the president was brought up on impeachment proceedings because they feel like he incited this riot, and I feel like he incited it as well. So at first, I thought this was just some Democrat political pandering. Like, let's just impeach the president when he has like 4 hours left on the clock. But it turns out that there's actually some longer term ramifications to this. So number one, if they actually, so presidents can be impeached after their time in office. It's never been done before, but it seems like this is what's going to happen. So they can actually still hold a trial whether or not he's in office or not. And what's kind of holding in the wings in regard to this decision is his ability to run for public office again. We've all heard these narratives and conspiracy theories about Trump running again in 2024 because he feels like he was ripped off this election, which was bullshit, but whatever. The second thing is that he'll lose his pension from being president. I guess they get like the 6-figure pension that you get after finishing your presidential term. And I guess that will also go away, which doesn't really mean shit to Donald Trump because he's fucking filthy rich anyways. But the third thing could be critical. And this is them taking away his right to have Secret Service protection after his presidency. This would be unprecedented in the country's history. I don't know if this has been done before, but if it has, it's only been done a few times, maybe once. I think maybe Nixon, where you don't get Secret Service protection afterwards. You know how important that is? At the end of the day, Trump was the president of the United States. So there are people in the world that absolutely want to see harm done to him. He's still very much an enemy of the state other places. So him being an international businessman, I'm sure he's going to want to travel abroad. I am sure he can probably, order his own security detail. I'm sure he has the paper to do it. But having free Secret Service detail everywhere you go, I'm sure would save him millions of dollars over the course of a handful of years. So I thought that was really interesting because I couldn't imagine a former president just kind of walking around with private detail. Kind of weird. So I'm really interested to see where this goes. Is it political pandering? Will Joe Biden actually get behind this? He's been a little mum about it. So that's kind of interesting, and I'm interested to see what you guys think about it. Do you think that this is just pandering? Do you think that Trump should actually be impeached and there should be court proceedings in which he's convicted of the things that he's done? I personally think so, but I'd love to see what you guys think as well. Another thing, I want to talk about all these flip-flopping Republicans. We have to hold these people accountable. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're an independent like I am. even if you're on the other side of the aisle, it's important to hold these people accountable, because what I'm starting to foresee is that these Republicans are, as we get further away from the Trump administration and we're putting that in our rear view, I could see a lot of Republicans saying just blasphemous shit like, I never supported him. I was only mum because, members of my party asked me to be. I didn't feel it was the right time to speak up. All of this bullshit pandering so that they can galvanize back their base and get votes again in 2024. Even before that, in 2022 in the mid-elections. So hold these people accountable. When they say this type of shit and you know that they were implicitly supporting this fucker, call them out on their shit. Say your bullshit. And I'm not just saying that from a public standpoint, the media especially. When you have these people on your platforms, nail them to the fucking wall. Because people like Ted Cruz and Mitch McConnell and these people that were avid supporters of Donald Trump and his behavior and the way that he conducted himself and the things that he said to people and the things that he incited, the racism, the division that he pushed forward in this country. Now, these people need to be accountable for the fact that they supported that man, they voted for that man, they campaigned for that man, they got other people to vote for that man, and they supported his policies when he was in office. Not to say that all of his policies were bad, but I will say that a lot of his policies were out of this fucking world and out of control. And these people need to be held accountable. In fact, we should be voting these motherfuckers out. I think it's fair to say that the Republican Party needs all new blood. We need to vote all these old fuckers out and get new blood in there. People that have 2020, 21 sort of ideas and a mindset and a way of approaching things. These old fuckers like Mitch McConnell and Ted Cruz, these guys are over the hill and have no idea how to govern with this new world. And it's pretty clear as the way that they're approaching shit. Why are we still talking about racism in 2021? Why? This should be something that's put behind us because people should understand that it's an extremely stupid ideology. But you have a Republican president and a bunch of Republican cronies underneath him supporting his divisive nature and speech and ideologies and reinforcing them. Get these fuckers out of here. Get these new blood Republicans in there, and let's see what we can do with them. So that's the Lab Talk episode. I don't fucking know. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. It's been a while since I kind of talked to you guys, I guess since last week, since we've been doing this bi-weekly, but I'm going to be more active. It's a new year. It's time to get it going. So I appreciate you guys, man. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll be back with another one of these type of Lab Talks next week. All right? Peace.
Got a clique full of shooters. They won't let me down. Nah, nah, nah.